I think Marvel's answer to lackluster storylines is to come up with some convoluted new event series.
Every 6 months.
Right. Like, oh, people were disappointed by Civil War? Okay, well, let's say that everyone was a Skrull. Yeah, that's the ticket, you know?
And we'll just completely wipe Civil War off the face of the planet.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they didn't like how the Skrull thing ended? Okay, well, let's make Norman Osborn the bad guy next. It's like, and now they've kind of backed off that, and they're saying like, oh, well, we're looking out for the readers by not having all these crossovers, but what they do is like smaller crossovers, like for instance, every Hulk book is connected to every other Hulk book again. So you can't just read one, because every few months there's like a War of the Hulks where you have to buy, you know, both Hulk books and then like 5 spin-off books to understand any one of them. Same with the X-Men books. So instead of doing less crossovers, they're actually doing more, just with fewer books in each. So, I don't know, it really turns me off as a reader. Like, I don't think Marvel has anything going on that is friendly to non-Marvel nerds.
Pretty much. That's kind of what turned me off. It's the same thing that turned a lot of people off of, like, Batman R.I.P. was you have to have, like, Wikipedia at your instant disposal to know what the hell Grant Morrison is talking about.
Yeah. The difference is I feel like Grant always had a plan, and I think Batman is, like, if you didn't like that, you could still go read, like, Confidential, you know, and just not bother with continuity, or Detective, where it, like, it's in continuity, but it doesn't really matter. So you had a choice, but I don't know that you have a choice with Marvel. Like, if you don't like the current X-Men books, what do? You can maybe find an all-ages X-Men book, which is dumb, you know, or nothing. You can watch the cartoons like I do, and remember when X-Men was cool.
And every book wasn't about Wolverine.
Yeah, literally. He's on 2 Avengers teams. In fact, they call that out in one of the issues, and he says his mutant superpower is multitasking. So,
Deadpool write that issue?
Yeah, Deadpool, good God. That's another character Marvel's running into the ground. He's got 4 ongoings, I think.
4 ongoing, and then he'll get the random one-shot every once in a while. But, I mean, they want to get him out to the masses since they still apparently have the movie in the works. Yeah. Which is something else I didn't think about. They announced who the director is going to be for the new director.
Is it Rodriguez?
No, it's I don't know. They hired Adam Berg, a Swedish. What did I say before? Argentinian.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, we were both wrong. I thought he was South American as well.
But Adam Berg, they hired a Swedish commercial director who's never directed a feature film to direct Deadpool, which I guess Ryan Reynolds is still heavily involved with, meaning it won't suck that bad.
That's the interesting thing about Deadpool, though, because Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern, which, I mean, he seems designed to be Wally West, right? Like, he should have been Flash. But if Ryan Reynolds is anchoring one of DC's franchises and is supposed to do this Marvel movie, I mean, maybe it's only a conflict to people immersed in the comic book world, but it seems really interesting to me that he's doing both.
Well, I remember reading Fox threw up a big fit when I remember Bryan Singer had plans for like flashback scenes with a young Jor-El in Superman Returns, and I guess at one point, they're even filmed somewhere of Hugh Jackman doing the young Jor-El scenes, and I remember Fox threw a fit because they didn't want Wolverine, who is their only, he's their big Marvel guy for Fox, in a DC, in a Warner Brothers film like that. So, what do you think? Do you think one of the 2 companies is going to throw the hammer at each other, or do you think Fox has had enough of Warner Brothers lawyers after the whole Watchmen fiasco?
Well, my guess is that DC will act unconcerned and let Ryan Reynolds do whatever he wants in Deadpool. I don't think Green Lantern is going to do well, though. I think it will flop. That's my guess. Or at least not be a smash hit.
It's going to do Watchmen money.
Yeah.
Barely makes a profit.
Right. Yes.
It's not going to be like, it's not going to break Titanic's record, damn it, by $3, like The Dark Knight almost did. Why didn't I go see it one more time? Could have done it then. But at the same time, I don't think, especially if they keep Deadpool rated R and they really go, all balls out. I don't see Deadpool becoming, even if Green Lantern is a mega success, I don't see why he still couldn't do Deadpool, because Deadpool is not going to be this big commercial. It'll get released probably like the same time frame Watchmen did, or the end of the year. It's not going to get this big summer action blockbuster stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a movie like Red, like we're getting now, that's released at the end of the summer or in early fall, where we know it's going to be good. People are going to like it, but we're not betting on. We're not putting the whole house on this one.
And I think that's a great way to look at it. And because I think DC expects Green Lantern to be a tentpole movie like Batman, where they can build their universe from. Whereas I think Marvel's expectations for the Deadpool movie are probably exactly that. It will be a fun comic release that will make some money. It'll be like a Kick-Ass, which Kick-Ass was a disappointment to them. But after that came out, they were like, what we can do is hire lesser-known directors and not pay them as much and make movies of our lesser-known characters, and they'll still make some money.
Definitely.
And I think, if that's what they're doing with Deadpool, that's brilliant, because it will make some money, and it might be a good movie,
Unless they leak the work print, I don't mind again.
Yeah, well, nothing would have saved Wolverine Origins, though.
That's true.
It doesn't matter if it had... that might have costed some business, but in the end, I think the quality of the film spoke for itself.
It's amazing. My three favorite Marvel characters have all got dicked over in movies. Venom, I really don't need to go into that.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3's problems are well documented.
We all know how much I hated Spider-Man 3. I got the movie. I didn't pay to see the movie. I watched it from my living room couch, and I'm like, I want my $8 back. It was that bad. And Gambit got dicked over in the Wolverine movie, and Deadpool. Gambit's gonna be yay. 5 minutes later, he's gone already.
With inexplicable new powers, that all of a sudden he could levitate his cards. I don't know. And Deadpool, the merc with a mouth, and they sew it shut. It's disgusting.
Just to give the Asian chick more screen time.
Awful.
But moving from that though, TV. I know on your Facebook you were talking about Glee. What else?
I do.
What else are you watching on?
Well,
TV?
now the reason I talk about Glee, yes, I like the show, but I blog about it. It's for a website I work for, and I write about the music of Glee. I really do like the show. I think it can be awful sometimes, and sometimes it can be really interesting. I feel like I always need to clarify why I watch that show, because a lot of people really hate it, and trust me, I know where those people are coming from.
Yeah, I watched I remember Fox had the big 2-week preview of it before it officially launched. I'm like, meh.
Sometimes I watch it and I'm like, I want to die, but then other times it really touches me, and I do like the music, so
I remember the only thing I've actually really liked Neil Patrick Harris in, besides Dr. Horrible and all that, was the episode of Brave and the Bold with the Music Meister.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing. You know my thoughts on Batman. I like my Batman to be dark, brooding, just a step away from the Punisher.
Yeah.
Hasn't quite gone over that insanity ledge yet, but I don't want the blue spandex Batman. But Brave and the Bold is genius. It's just wow.
See, that's interesting, because I agree with you mostly that I like my Batman darker, and I don't like Brave and the Bold. I feel that the first episode I saw had Aquaman in it, and he was crying that fish didn't respect him, and I'm like, okay, Aquaman is the king of Atlantis, and his defining character trait is pride. This is not Aquaman. I understand it's a children's show, and perhaps my expectations are too high, but I could not get into it.
The animated series, that was a kid's show.
True.
That destroyed every expectation I had.
True. Yeah, I don't care for Brave and the Bold. But yes, Neil Patrick Harris, the musical episode was great. He was also in Glee, perhaps you knew, in the Joss Whedon episode. He sang Dream On by Aerosmith. It was alright. He does have a good voice, surprisingly.
He does, and it's kind of funny. The two most popular episodes like fan wise, for people who are fans of Brave and the Bold, were the Music Meister one, which is just bizarrely popular. I don't know why. And then they did an episode with Batmite where they just completely shattered the fourth wall.
Yes.
And they did this last week's episode, Emperor Joker. They kind of combined the two. Batmite came back and accidentally he went to give Batman his powers, but Batman moved out of the way and it hit Joker. So now Joker got all these third world powers, and he broke into song like a Disney movie, and they just kept breaking the fourth wall. And I expected Deadpool to show up.
There was another great episode where they actually go to Zur-En-Arrh, which is from Morrison's Batman. Well, not from Morrison's run, but he uses it. And Kevin Conroy voices the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh,
which was awkward. I'm just like, because I like Diedrich. I like his Batman. It's not Kevin Conroy, but it's better than the dude they hired for New Frontier.
Yeah, I believe that was a Baldwin brother. Or maybe he was Superman. Adam Baldwin was Superman.
He was Superman in one of the movies. He was in Doomsday. He was Alec something. One of the Baldwins was Superman in Doomsday.
The point to make TV a bigger part of my life this year kind of goes hand in hand with the less employment. But NBC Thursday, except outsource, I love The Office. Community is almost my favorite show, and 30 Rock. I love South Park. That's on your list. Love South Park. Did you see this week's episode?
I have not seen it. I've not seen it later.
Very superhero based. It's the Coon returns actually.
Awesome.
With all the other kids play along with superheroes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But like we mentioned, we mentioned Take Cover earlier.
Yeah.
What are you guys up to?
Well, we played our
awkward segue.
Yeah, that's fine. We played our Halloween party last night. I don't know. We just added a new member, which is cool. A female co-vocalist, which is important because it turns out in the cover band world, you have to give people something to look at. Talent matters not nearly as much as like your stage show, So, I mean, not to sell Mo short. Her name is Mo because she's a fantastic singer, just excellent. But her job is half like audio and half visual. As all our jobs are really. We all have to contribute to the visual element. But it really helps to have a girl in the group, and super happy about that. So hopefully that'll open up some more opportunities for 4 ugly ass guys who play good rock and roll.
So no crazy gimmicky stage shows like that one. What not gonna have strippers on stage.
Oh, like that? Yeah, I know what band you're talking about. No,
I dare not say their name on this show because they're atrociously bad.
Yeah, no strippers on stage. I don't know. I like the cover band thing. I'm more of an entertainer than a creative person. I suck at writing songs, and you can make a buck and have fun doing it. So that's kind of why I do it. There's a plateau to how famous a cover band can get, but I'm okay with that because you can also make good money. So I'll trade fame for money. I don't need to be famous.
That's true. That's anything else you want to add?
It was fun talking. Thank you for having me.
Not a problem, man. Check out. You can check Eric out. He writes nerdynothings.com. He writes on there. What other sites you write for again?
Okay. Nerdy Nothings is the comic review site I write for. Cover Me Songs is a site all about cover music, not cover bands, but just like interesting covers of songs. That's where I write my Glee articles. That's at covermesongs.com, and then takecovernow.com is my band website. So.
Alright, so definitely check them out, Eric. Great having you.
Thanks, John.
And we'll see you next time.
Woo woo.